down. Put that right there. Let's wake up.
Worst of seats? Someone in that control room is out of control. Carver.
Are you worried about UFOs?
Chocolate chip.
Yeah, back that ass up. They suck.
Live from Command Center Alpha 1, it's the Our Big Dumb Mouth podcast. Now, here's your hosts, Midnight Mike, Jason Joe, a.k.a. Flametown, and Gretchen.
Name me a world leader. Name me one.
Hey, everyone, welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure. Hooray! And Gretchen's over there on screen. Yes, he is.
I'm still here. I didn't leave. I've been here since Wednesday.
Wow, you've been there since Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay.
It gets quiet at night.
Well, we appreciate the dedication. And Joe is here, too. There he is.
I'm here. Wow. Trying to think of a world leader.
Yeah. Name me
Helmut
a world
Kohl.
leader.
I don't know. I can't think of any.
You always go to Helmut Kohl, former German Chancellor Helmut Kohl.
Okay.
Well, welcome back, Joe. Welcome back. It's been weeks, if not months, since you've been here.
Yes. Middle of May.
Yeah. I think it's only fair to tell you, since you've been gone, Gretchen and I have been sleeping with each other. And I wanted you to know that up front, okay? So it's not too awkward.
Hey, look.
This is
I
weird
felt
fake
it
news.
coming miles away. I almost sensed it.
Well, technically in that relationship, Mike has been coming miles away because I think there's about 1,500 miles between us.
That's right.
Oh, that's a location clue for Gretchen more than we've ever had.
Yeah. He's kind of narrowing it down.
I'll map it out if you want. Give me a second here.
A 1,500-mile radius around Ohio is quite a large area. Well, Joe, I'm not sure where you want to start. You probably have a lot to say.
Do a regular show.
Just do the regular show? Okay.
That's what I would say, yeah, because I don't want to. I wasn't even saving stuff, but one of the things I thought about doing is we get to around where I am. I have stuff I saved since Wednesday, and then there's the option to do I'll just go back to the middle of May in the Discord.
Okay.
Because we have that follow-up news.
We have tons,
channel, which is great.
Tons of stuff.
But we could just do the actual current events, news, and politics, and I can just pick up from May and just go berserk if you want.
Yeah, sure. We'll just do the regular show. I'm glad that you're back and you're not walking around in circles anymore. I could have swore that you left me a voicemail in the middle of the night. Maybe you didn't, but you did. Maybe you blacked out and left this voicemail. But This is you calling in. Here it is.
Hello, everyone. This is Captain Joe. I may or may not be on the show today. I'm not really sure. I just got done burning down Rand Paul's office, so I'm kind of busy cleaning the gasoline off my clothing and covering my tracks. Man, does that guy love to collect Hustler magazines, but they burn all the same. Remember Excelsior, where we...
There you go. You must have left that
is maybe one of the worst AIs.
I say they were getting better for a while. Now it's just very different.
Over the weeks, I've been slowly degrading the quality, so it sounds you're like a cross between yourself and RFKjr is what the voice sounds like.
I'd like to hear Joe do a live read of his stroke out text. Yo.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll do that during the Joe segment if he wants to. What do you think of those AI segments? I don't know if you've listened to the show since you've been gone. Does it perturb you?
Dude, I haven't been listening to shit.
Does it perturb
you?
Honestly,
I was angry the whole time. I was constantly angry, and it's just a general madness at the world. Like it's like, oh, the world is unfair. It's like that cliche bullshit. I just hated everything.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, I can only imagine. It's not good. Like, you have your routine. Everyone likes their own routine. And when that is interrupted, especially by a broken leg, you want to work out, you want to have a nice walk, go out to eat. Your husband just moved to town, and then he moves to town and he's left to take care of you for 2 months. Wow.
Not just like moved to town, immigrates from Mexico after a 4-year waiting period because COVID and the immigration process. And the 30 miles plus running a week, 100 plus miles cycling a week, down to you're going to lay in bed with your foot in the air.
Yeah.
All day for a week and a half or 2. Like, it was so fucking stupid. And I was just angry.
Yeah. Most Americans would love that,
and drunk.
Well, you're back, and you're back in a big way, Joe.
You can only be back in a big way.
Yeah.
I think that's the rules. Mike has established the rules. If you're coming back.
All right. Well, I did promise people a quick Skinwalker Ranch update, and I don't want to be made a liar, so I'll talk about Skinwalker Ranch for the next 10 minutes. Here we go. I think this is really, they're winding down the season, and I think they're winding down the time at Skinwalker Ranch because the lead scientist, Travis Taylor, I think has moved on to doing stuff in the private sector. But what is really private sector anymore when you have government contracts? Is there really any sort of difference anymore? I don't think so. Not when you live in a fascist state. But on Skinwalker Ranch, they have conducted some experiments and have gotten some pretty interesting results. So this first clip here is another close call with military aircraft. A few episodes previous, they had what they thought was a Black Hawk that was coming over the ranch at night, kind of stalking around, and they tracked it back to a place close by. The Attorney General of Utah said, we don't know who really was operating it. We just know where it came from and landed down. We don't know why it was over the ranch. In this clip, they, during the day, saw 2 very large Chinooks fly over the ranch very slow at a weird angle, as if one had some pretty heavy equipment in the back or is angled down in order to take measurements of the ranch. And here's the audio of this.
Are they broadcasting? I just ran outside as soon as I heard them, but probably not.
This morning, while we were waiting for ranch owner Brandon Fugel and his brother Cameron to fly out and help us conduct a new aerial experiment over the triangle, something really unsettling happened.
What in the world are they doing? Is this not aggression?
2 U.S. military Chinook helicopters flew very low over the ranch, circling above the mesa and the triangle area for several minutes.
And of course, they don't identify themselves.
I am getting nothing from above the ranch on the ADSB receiver here.
It's strange, not only because the closest military airfield is over 150 miles away, but also because it's the second time this year that something like this has happened.
So they found that quite disturbing. I mean, there's some pretty big helicopters to fly that low. And they, according to the video that they showed on the TV, they were flying low and slow. Could have been some kind of training exercise. I doubt it. Those things, I would imagine, are fairly expensive to operate and probably manned by some pretty competent people, I would imagine. Not just a sightseeing tour. So the experiments that they're running, I'll put this up on screen. So this is like the LiDAR test that they are running. And the company that ran this test has connections and contracts with DOD, NASA, and the company is run by a former Air Force general. So keep that in mind. And so the company that ran this LiDAR test what they wound up finding was this section of this area on the land that the lasers just would get absorbed into. There was it wouldn't bounce back, so they couldn't get any sort of readings off of that land. And then what is not shown here is that they actually discovered a larger ring around this. And so it was a very unusual kind of readings, according to them. They have been filming weird objects coming in and leaving the mesa through infrared, FLIR, night vision, not normally picked up by the naked eye. So they're getting all these weird things, and they're coming to some sort of conclusion that what they're investigating could be some sort of portal. They don't really know how it operates, but that's the conclusions that they're coming to. This is as they were messing around and firing rockets like teenagers do. They are firing rockets in order to provoke whatever is monitoring this area to show itself. And oftentimes when they shoot a rocket through this anomaly, this triangle area where this black hole is, they will get some kind of response, whether it's like an orange orb or a light up in the sky. It'll come out, it stays around for a minute or two, and then disappears. It's almost like it is a sentry that is just sent out to investigate and then go away. But as they were doing this, they had the ranch owner's helicopter up in the air, so they were monitoring things up in the air. And there's a team of 4 people up there as they were looking down from the on the ground. They were firing rockets up, the helicopter up in the air, trying to take measurements of all radio frequencies. It looked like they were getting signals across every spectrum of the frequency, like they were being jammed by something, or some sort of signal was occupying that entire spectrum. And they all started to feel this overwhelming sense of dread and fear, and until they just got so uncomfortable that they landed the helicopter. And this is David Politis talking about what he speculates could be going on when it comes to what they're researching at the ranch.
But as they're up in the darkness, the pilot, wearing night vision goggles, starts seeing orbs flying past his helicopter, even as it's stationary in the air. And then as he starts to move, he said he only could see them for a couple of seconds, and they'd fly by the helicopter extremely close. Now, again, they were at 10,000 feet, he said. A couple of things about that. Sometimes I get the feeling that this entity that they're dealing with is as much studying them as they are studying it. And it's almost like they have an edict. You can't hurt them, meaning the people that are studying. You could scare them, but you can't hurt them. The reason I said that is that when he said the orbs were coming by the helicopter extremely close and fast, to me it was like something was trying to scare him out of the sky, trying to tell him, hey, leave, you're bothering us, or you're interfering with our research, please get out of here. So they don't want to damage the helicopter. They don't want to push them down to the ground, even though they've been pushed in the air before. But I just thought that was odd. And only the pilot could see it with the night vision. The other people couldn't see it.
And David Politis also said this when he was talking about Skinwalker Ranch.
They're squiggly wiggly.
You know what squiggly wiggly is, Cretched?
They're squiggly wiggly.
Is he referring to the orbs being squiggly wiggly?
He was talking about talking to former cop buddies that don't want to discuss UFOs and aliens. Even though it's a fairly common topic and it's in the news now, he's saying his former cop buddies and his friends do not want to talk about it. They're squiggly wiggly.
They're squiggly wiggly.
Is that a common phrase?
No, maybe regional. I don't. Where was he a cop? Because you could. Is it regional, like Upper Midwest, where someone might say hinky, but no one else knows what the hell that means?
I know that's a David Letterman thing. Yeah. I don't know. I thought maybe he was a cop on the West Coast. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
By the way, I do like the fact that David Paulides reviews, or at least gives his impressions of, and has done multiple episodes of his reviews of the Skinwalker Ranch show.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, can we get Dr. Stephen Greer to then review David Paulides' reviews of Skinwalker Ranch?
I would like that to kind of do it like it's almost Inception at that point. We're like
How
3
deep
levels
can we
deep.
go?
Yeah, I'd like
to
that.
eventually we have like Mick West reviewing Dr. Stephen Greer reviewing David Paulides reviewing Skinwalker Ranch.
You mean Dr. Shitfucker?
Yes, Dr. Shitfucker himself. And in this last clip here, this last audio clip I got, they go over what they're seeing out of the video from the helicopter. So they brought out some Native Americans to do some chanting near this structure of stones on top of the mesa. And that stone structure was built hundreds of years ago, and it's claimed that it marks where a portal is. And that when these Native Americans went out there and did the drumming, on the infrared, it appeared that those stone structures on top of the mesa appeared to increase in temperature. They don't know what it means, but this is the same area where it has been reported that they've seen UFOs go into and out of. And this is the first time that they've actually caught UFOs, like a normal video camera, going in and out of this area. And here is this section. Here we go.
2 weeks ago, an indigenous group known as Blazing Bear performed an ancient drumming ceremony in the East Field right near a petroglyph and a spiral of boulders up on the mesa that were made hundreds of years ago and are believed to represent an interdimensional portal. Well, we were stunned when a mysterious anomaly appeared on the mesa right on the spiral of boulders during the ritual. Look at the top of the mesa! And then 2 large sphere-like orbs suddenly appeared and flew right into it. What is that?
That's crazy.
Did we stimulate the same thing last night with our rocket exercise at the Triangle? And if so, where the heck are these UAPs coming from?
Now there's more.
Oh, there's more?
Now watch what happens as we play through. I want you to watch over the landscape itself, over the field.
Oh, right there.
Oh my gosh.
Look.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Did it come out of the mesa?
I think we need to take another look at that.
Yeah, we do.
What is that?
And so they had these weird light orbs going into and out of the mesa. Very small. Like, it wasn't, like, I'm surprised they don't have higher resolution stuff on these helicopters, but they didn't. And so I don't know if there's going to be another episode in this season. I have no idea. I think they have to have one to do like a giant recap of everything. But none of this stuff, this is all like very quasi-paranormal stuff. None of this is going to be presented in front of Congress next week for the UFO committee.
Why not?
Because this is too paranormal. This is like something that the military has already studied out here at Skinwalker Ranch and has handed over to Brandon Fugel, the owner. I don't know why, other than they, like, the DOD and the Pentagon have their approved whistleblowers. They have their narrative that they want to tell, and currently Skinwalker Ranch is not part of that narrative, and it's not part of their budget that they want to try to increase, I suspect.
And by the way, this clip, is this from this week's show?
Yeah. The most
okay,
recent.
so there are 2 more episodes.
Okay, well, that's fantastic news for me. Bad news for everyone else.
By the way, David Paulides served as a police officer in the San Francisco Bay Area. So maybe Squiggly Wiggly is a regional term. So those of you in the Bay Area, what the hell's a Squiggly Wiggly?
They're Squiggly Wiggly.
Well, that's what I got. The UFO, like I said, the UFO committee is taking place next week. They have 3 whistleblowers. None of, and these are all the new whistleblowers, basically. People who have come into prominence since 2010 to current. You don't have anybody talking about Philip Colonel Corso in the book The Day After Roswell. None of the guys in the military who claimed that they worked at missile silos and UFOs shut down their stuff. It wasn't the Marine in 2008 that claimed that they saw a UFO load humanoid bodies and weapons onto a UFO and take off. None of those weird, salacious kind of like Black Project kind of stuff. It's all weird. It's all kind of geared towards alien unknown threat. Not that
go ahead.
Not anything like from old school UFO myth and legend. It's all new stuff.
What about the guy who saw the troops loading stuff onto UFO?
No, he's not testifying, and he's got the most interesting story. That if there are recovered crash vehicles from aliens and they're being repurposed, are they being repurposed and used for covert black operations, human smuggling, drug smuggling, gun running?
Well, I didn't even think about that. I thought that maybe there was some sort of agreement they had going with the aliens, but I like the idea of them taking captured alien craft, repurposing them, sticking an American flag on the side, and buzzing
we'll use
the tower.
that. Yeah, we can deliver drugs in under 30 minutes. Isn't that great?
Or your money back.
Yeah. Yeah, none of the old school stories, nothing about alien abductions or that kind of stuff. It's all new stuff, and that's the narrative. So I'll be curious to see what happens, but it just feels like a stone wall. Okay. Joe, we're going to see what you have. People want to hear from you, okay? Oh, yes.
All right.
Dance, monkey.
No, you can do whatever you want.
I don't know what I want to do. So so I can do current events, or I can set the I can do a share screen, and I can go to where I am on the politics. I went into the politics Discord channel.
Oh my God.
527, and we could just do a quick scroll through. Let's see. I'll do like a blast from the past. How's that sound?
Sure. Here we go. Here's Oh, yeah, point over right there. Yep, go. After finishing speech, President Biden mindlessly wanders in the wrong direction and has to be redirected. Yeah. He just looks awkward standing there. I was thinking about this the other day. Would you rather that, like, during the State of the Union, Joe Biden comes out wearing nothing but a diaper, or would you rather have him come out wearing nothing but a garbage bag? What would you rather? Do you think?
Ooh, I like the garbage bag. Like he put the garbage bag on and cut out armholes and leg holes.
But wouldn't that make you seem even more crazy? Poncho? Wouldn't that make you seem even more crazy? It's like, oh my God, he's wearing a garbage bag. This guy's nuts. But at least a diaper's normal, you know?
Yeah. The diaper would be normal. Ish.
But the garbage bag is more practical. It is. It shows like a forethought. He constructs his own outfit with a garbage bag. So
he put effort into this. Show some appreciation.
Mike, real quick on that. Would the garbage bag have the presidential seal on it?
Of course. Same with the diaper. Officially branded. Here's the next tweet here. A very confused Biden. Biden was standing in line to, I'm assuming, to either smell the baby or eat the baby. I don't know which, because someone's holding a baby there, and there's a lot of people standing in line. So maybe he thought he was standing in line for ice cream. I don't know. Yeah, he wants to go. He is leering at that baby. You see that? He is leering at that baby.
Gotta get those babies.
Oh my God!
So he also said that he was going to build a railroad from the Pacific through the Indian Ocean.
Good.
That happened.
Look at your child.
Yeah.
Wait, he said we're going to build a railroad through the Pacific and the Indian Ocean?
Do you remember that one?
No, can we do that? Is that technologically possible?
Yeah, I can find that. I just passed that one.
I mean, we probably should do it, don't you think?
I don't see why we wouldn't. I mean, it makes nothing but sense.
Your child.
Yeah, he was really leering. I mean, I got it full screen. He was really leering at that small baby held by that soldier. It's a good thing that soldier was holding.
Did y'all play him like nibbling the baby?
No, I didn't play any baby eating clips.
Oh my God, he did that in
NATO summit. Yeah,
really? He did that at NATO?
Maybe my God, dude, it was so nasty. It was so nasty. I passed it.
Okay.
Yeah, Kretchen, maybe you could find it so we make sure we don't lose it. It's just, we are like peak clown world, which is the last clip I sent.
Okay.
That's the one where he talks about that railroad shit.
Okay, let's listen to him talk about something that we all need, which is a trans-Pacific Indian Ocean railroad.
Trans something.
It's all it's been
everything's got to be trans.
Yeah.
We're going to win and we're going to help. We have plans to build a railroad from the Pacific all the way across the Indian Ocean. We have plans to build in Angola, one of the largest solar plants in the world. I can go on, but I'm not. I'm going off script. I'm going to get in trouble. We're going to win and we're going to help.
What?
We have plans to build a railroad from the Pacific all the way across the Indian Ocean. We have plans to build in Angola, one of the largest solar plants in the world. I can go on, but I'm not. I'm going off script. I'm going to get in trouble.
Going to get in trouble.
He's going off script. I'm going to get in trouble. That means that there's someone behind the scenes with a whip that is really turning the screws on Joe Biden. That's the only thing I can speculate here is that when he goes off script, get back on, Joe.
Yeah.
Huh. So what does that I mean, how would they build a railroad? It's got to be some sort of undersea railroad.
He's just saying shit. He's literally just, remember when he said like a million, bajillion, cajillion, cillion, billion, dillion?
I'm taking him at his word. Maybe he knows if we have a series of pontoons, like we have the largest pontoon fleet in the world, and we put railroad tracks on top of it, then we could build a railroad on the ocean, across the Pacific, across the Indian Ocean, into Angola, wherever that may be.
I mean, we're all clamoring to go.
Okay. It's like it's a live from TV thing, and it looks like Joe Biden is just walking around in the background like Bigfoot. He is. Look at him. He's like,
I know.
He's the leader of the free world, and he's walking in the background of MSNBC.
There's a longer version of this one where in the middle of a sentence he says thanks, gets up, and just walks off.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to hear that.
And there's one that's not actually recorded from TV, so I'll see if I can find it.
I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. This next one.
Aren't you going to miss him when he's gone, Joe?
Not at all.
I thought maybe you would. He's bringing a lot of stuff.
I just feel like it's dangerous. It's dangerous at this point, and it's humiliating.
Yeah, it's sad. It really is sad.
I put the longer version of that clip in Carrot Shop if you want it.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Free American, whether they voted for me or not.
Well, and the ones that didn't vote for your bills but run on them.
That's right.
Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's great to have you. Thank you. Don't go anywhere. It's a very exciting day around here. We'll have reaction and analysis to everything we just heard from the president.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere as he wanders off.
President Biden, this is what it says here, awkwardly wandered off the set of a live interview with MSNBC before they cut to commercial.
Well, before they even finish the segment, she's still talking to him. He just stands up and leaves.
Come on. He's new to this thing. He's not used to being around cameras and talking in front of people like this. He doesn't know.
He's a busy guy. He's got places to be.
He doesn't know. He's new to politics. He doesn't know how this
should add
works.
the ice cream truck music.
But that's why he wandered off. He heard that in the background.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mike can do it.
Chocolate chip.
Well, so then I'm skipping pretty quick through here, but the cocaine in the White House thing, the idea that it's like we don't know who did it is absolutely, everybody knows it's absolutely ridiculous. But this clip, I don't know if you guys played this one. This is with Hunter. This is 4th of July. Hunter's on the balcony with Biden and Dr. Jill. And you can tell, like, for anybody who's ever seen anyone who's been doing coke or done coke themselves, like, this is clearly what's happening. And when you look at Dr. Jill's face, she's got that mom look of like, oh, honey, our son, what do we do?
Our son snorted all of our coke. What are we going to do tonight?
Yeah.
It is kind of sad. We don't know where he got this coke from, who sold it to him. Or who's no one's fessing up to this,
Me, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan sold Hunter the cocaine, which would make a lot of sense. Hulk's got a lot of connections from the WWE, no doubt about that. It is.
So you see it, right?
Oh yeah, I've seen this. Listen, I used to be a big raver, and you see people walking around like this all the time at rave and dance parties.
Look at Dr. Jill though; she's got that whole like worried mother look. Like
it is quite the look. Like, geez, did he slap the back of her shoulder? Look at that! Look at that last move. He clapped his hands together and put his hands back through his hair, which is a classic coke move.
Is it?
I don't know. I don't know, but he certainly he does look a little disoriented. It is astounding that they still. We just don't know who left that coke in the White House. We'll never know.
I mean, I'd have a couple of guesses.
Yeah.
Maybe one guess.
I mean, they did everything they could,
Case closed. Time to move on.
The idea that the press was like, oh, we don't know who, like the mainstream press was literally avoiding mentioning Hunter Biden in all of it. Unbelievable. What's that other one? That's him falling asleep. That's a good one.
Oh, that's good. I love it. He's just resting, power napping. This is what you do before big meetings. You got to make sure you're properly rested.
No, during the meeting.
Well, so what?
No,
it's a boring meeting.
That's what a true leader power naps during a meeting.
Well, be more exciting. You got to keep his interest. I mean, I blame the president of Israel for being such a bore.
At a political level, and I'll go ahead and Paul Schramm. Yes. And as I affirmed the Prime Minister, and we brought Israel.
he's showing contempt. He's basically saying, you got to come in here and excite me. Carry balloons, carry ice cream if you want to keep my interest and you don't want me to fall asleep in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah, don't disrespect the president.
Yeah, give him ice cream, maybe a shot of espresso. Let's get the meeting going. This is like 2-3 minutes of John Kerry. Can we do this? Or will Joe Biden go to sleep?
Maybe.
In exchange with Mr. Mills, you just testified under oath that you never owned a private jet. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to enter into the record,
wife owns it.
Article here from February 15th of 2023.
I have partial ownership in a group that owns the jet.
John Kerry family private jet was sold shortly after accusations of climate hypocrisy. Mr. Secretary, do you stand by that testimony that you've never owned or
I personally,
your family? By your family?
Personally, yes. My wife owned a plane.
See, I knew it.
You flew on that.
Oh, my God. I knew it.
She's a billionaire.
I did not even hear this clip. It's like, I didn't own it. My wife, I mean, yeah, we have marital assets. And yeah, when you're married, but it's not my plane.
For tax purposes, it's a company plane.
It's just like, it's not my dog. It's her dog. It's the same thing. Yeah. I take the dog for walks, but it's not my dog.
I mean, I feed it, but.
yeah, I take it for walks and I ride on it, but it's not my dog.
Plane.
Not in a number of years, but I have flown on it, sure.
And this article is not then inaccurate, that your family owned a plane, you flew on a plane.
My
Mr.
wife
Secretary,
owned,
Mr. Secretary,
my wife owned the plane.
Here's the issue.
Yeah.
This isn't some kind of partisan gotcha. when we are asking Americans to make serious sacrifices as we transition for the common good, and your family and or yourself are flying around on private jets, that smacks of hypocrisy. It actually hurts your cause, Mr. Secretary, but I'll move on. I just want to know from a record standpoint.
Afford me the right, at least, to set the record straight here. I do not fly on a private jet. I do not fly. I fly commercially.
Wrong. Since I sold the
private
jet.
jets you've taken this position.
Just let me finish. I have flown 5 times in the last 2.5 years on Millair, which you also fly on, or some of you who travel fly on, 5 times. Otherwise, all of my trips are commercial
Have
airlines.
you flown on a private jet in a personal or official capacity since you've taken this?
Sure.
Possibly once.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you've already lied several times, you
I
son
think
of a
you need
bitch.
to take the broader point of how this appears to the American people as we're asking them to take that.
Let me tell you why.
You
we're
know-
not
you know
asking
these
Americans.
testimonies?
We're not asking Americans not to fly.
You know,
you're trying to create an unequal thing.
I think
No,
let's
Sam.
finish with him. I mean, the point is that he's skull and bones. He's elite. He's these are the people who are destined to rule society based on this blood line bullshit. With the Bushes and the Kerrys and the Rothschilds and all these fucking insane maniacs who just they get to rule the world. That's just the Soroses and all these people. It's like, you fucking people do what we say. We'll decide your fate, and you don't get to say anything. And if you do, then we're gonna find some way to shut you off, like the truckers in Canada and everything else. Like,
well, listen to his response. Like, John Kerry is not. He's not suggesting that he's doing anything wrong. In his mind, he's not. He's flying. He compares his flights on private jets to flights that regular people take on commercial airliners. He's comparing the two as if they're equal. Well, him sipping on a martini in a spacious private jet is exactly like being crammed into coach and being overcharged for luggage and having to be searched when you're by the TSA. Like, he's comparing the two one for one. And he's not doing, in his mind, he's not doing anything wrong.
Well, and it's the same as blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline and taking away your gas stove because you're going to murder the planet somehow. Like, I don't know. It seems a little lopsided here.
It's bullshit.
I'd like to raise a point of order. I'd like to raise
a point of order.
Point of order pursuant to House Rule 11, Clause 2, which Mr. Kennedy is violative of. I move that we move into executive session because Mr. Kennedy has repeatedly made despicable anti-Semitic and anti-Asian comments as recently as last week.
When?
Rule 11, Clause 2 says, whenever it is asserted by a member of the committee that the evidence or testimony at a hearing may tend to defame, degrade, or incriminate any person, or it is asserted by a witness that the evidence or testimony that the witness would give at a hearing may tend to defame, degrade, or incriminate the witness, and it goes on. Mr. Kennedy, among many other things, has said, I know a lot now about bioweapons. We put out hundreds of millions of dollars into ethnically targeted microbes. The Chinese have done the same thing. In fact, COVID-19, there is an argument that it is ethnically targeted. COVID-19 attacks certain races disproportionately. The races that are most immune to COVID-19 are...
A lady making a motion or a speech?
I've made a motion to move into executive session because Mr. Kennedy's testimony...
Mr. Chairman, I move to table the motion.
Statements.
The gentleman from Kentucky has moved to table.
Mr. Chairman, I ask for a roll call vote on the motion to table.
Well, let me ask the question. The question is on the motion to table. The gentlelady has asked for a roll call vote. The clerk will have to step back for a second. The clerk will have to come in. We'll call the roll on the motion to table.
Motion.
And then we can get back to testimony.
I think the witnesses can sit in the chairs sitting behind.
I'll leave that up to the clerks. If the clerks are comfortable with that.
I'm not.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Maybe we can go right down here.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
Gentleman from Louisiana.
Is it the custom of this committee to censor viewpoints that we disagree with from witnesses?
Mr. Chairman, I have a motion on the table.
There's a motion and the vote's been
move
called.
into executive session.
We're waiting for the clerks.
Is violative of Rule 11, Clause 2.
Waiting for the clerks. Clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Jordan.
Yes.
Mr. Jordan votes yes. Mr. Issa. Mr. Massey.
Yes, to not censor.
Mr. Massey votes yes. Mr. Stewart? Yes. Mr. Stewart votes yes. Ms. Stefanik?
Yes.
Ms.
Okay, so
Stefanik
this
votes
is
yes.
them-
Mr. Gates?
Trying to let RFK talk, I guess, and I didn't hear him talk there, so
They want to censor him. So if go to this, I'm posting it in my own thread again. So I thought I had clipped this to the right spot, but go to 548 in this clip if it comes up the right way. Now Thomas Massey comes in response. So what RFK had done is he was talking about a study that was actually an NIH study that showed that the COVID receptors were there was much more proclivity for them to bind with white and black people as opposed to Chinese and Jewish people.
Yeah.
And this was a study that was done, and it was done alongside with the vaccines and everything else. And so he's basically talking about that casually at a fundraiser dinner, RFK, and the footage, somebody's recording it on video and it gets out. So Wasserman Schultz is saying that he's out there going, oh, the goddamn Jews and the Chinese and the Chinks. And she even has this fucking thing where she says, well, you're claiming that that Chinese people and Jews are a race. It's like, I don't know, 23andMe says Chinese and Ashkenazi Jews are a race. Like, she's so full of shit. Like Anthony Weiner, like John Kerry, like you are so fucking opposed to this right now that now you've become suspicious. All right. So shut your fucking mouth because you're just getting yourself in trouble, you fucking witch.
They've been talking about race. The Pentagon, DOD, have been talking about race specific bioweapons for a very long time. It's not like a new idea. So you said go to 548?
548 is about where I think it is.
Okay.
This should be Thomas Massey.
Okay. I'll play the clip, please.
Consent to introduce into the record a study that Mr. Kennedy just referenced,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
new insights into genetic susceptibility of COVID-19. The main body said that they investigated genetic susceptibility to COVID-19 by examining DNA polymorphism in ACE2 and TMPRSS2. Those are receptors for COVID in 81,000 human genomes, and they found unique genetic susceptibility across different populations. I have another document that I would like to ask unanimous consent.
Without objection.
To submit, and this is from the FDA review of efficacy and safety of Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. This is dated December 10th, 2020, and it shows that the Pfizer trial and the USDA broke down the effectiveness of the vaccine into 7 different racial categories because this was also a concern of theirs, and it would frankly be delinquent not to study the effects across the
But
different
Mr.
races.
Kennedy said it was bioengineered to target blacks and
That's an opinion.
The gentleman from
right?
Utah is recognized for 5 minutes.
And spare Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese people. That is different
Time
than
belongs
any of
to
those
the
studies
gentleman
looked
from
at.
Utah.
Thank you, claiming my time. Mr. Kennedy, you've had...
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like you could see that these people are so full of shit. Like you look at Debbie Wasserman Schultz talk, like anybody with a soul watching her talk, do they believe that she actually believes what she's saying? Like everything, you talk about misinformation, malinformation, all that stuff. That is a malicious line of questioning. There is no, it's not curious. It's not like I want to know the answer. Like, let's all try to figure this out together. It's I want to fuck you up. I want to ruin you. You know what I mean? Like she's not doing this for the public.
Here we go. Singer divorces devilishly handsome ghost of Victorian soldier after less than a year.
Oh, really?
Can't you just get an annulment at that point? Not a divorce? Say that there's just irreconcilable differences and you can just annul the marriage? And divide up the assets? Astral or physical? It doesn't matter.
I want all the physical stuff. He can have all the astral stuff.
A singer who married what she claims was a ghost of a Victorian soldier has said they are divorced less than a year later. The songwriter and performer who goes by the name Brocard, said she first met the devilishly handsome Eduardo when he burst into her bedroom one dark and stormy night. The 40-year-old from Oxfordshire said long-haired Eduardo immediately announced his love for her and later began confiding in her. Their spirited love affair hit the headlines when Burkhardt announced that they were married in a chapel on Halloween in 2022. Burkhardt posted a video of the ceremony on Instagram when she was seen wearing all black with empty space where invisible Eduardo was said to be standing. However, shortly after they were married, Burkhardt said she was angry with her husband that he got too drunk on their honeymoon in Barry Island, Wales. Oh man, that happens. These ghosts just can't hold their liquor. Burkhardt added that Eduardo would become increasingly possessive. Is that a pun there? And would switch between being warm and intense and threatening on Wales online reports. It's a bit of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of thing. This happens with some people, some alcoholic ghosts.
He's an angry drunk man.
Yeah, you're different when you drink, and not just because you're dead.
Now, here's the question. What was he drinking? Was he drinking exclusively spirits?
What the
Come on, you used a possession
I
pun.
didn't. They wrote that there.
Okay, you called it out, and I don't think they meant it, but they should have.
She said, after our initial meeting, Eduardo slowly revealed more about himself to me. I saw his image as a Victorian soldier. He was always in his uniform. Even on our wedding day, his face is devilishly handsome, shorter length, unruly hair. He looks lived in, well worn, troubled almost. There's a pain attached to his being. Of course, he's a ghost.
Oh, he's dead, yeah.
He's a ghost. Of course he's pained. He's haunting you. The songwriter, poet, and performer said she tired of Eduardo's unsettling fascination with Marilyn Monroe. Okay, she got jealous of what he was looking at online.
I was going to say, so this guy would get drunk and then go whack it to pictures of Marilyn Monroe. Is that what's going on here?
Probably hop it online and research.
Spreading his ectoplasm around everywhere?
Yep, exactly. So they called it quits. She claims the soldier would disappear for days before returning smelling of Chanel No. 5, the fragrance which had been Monroe's favorite perfume.
So he was having an affair with her ghost.
Typical ghost affair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. The singer claims setting boundaries infuriated Eduardo, and he allegedly started to haunt her with the sounds of a screaming baby. Pretty typical power move in an abusive relationship.
Just going to put a baby in here and just leave it overnight. How about that?
Burkhardt said she returned to the chapel where they were married in order to exorcise him from her mind. She announced the split in her song, Just Another Anthem. I'll have to take a listen to that song after the show.
Yes.
It's probably riveting.
I'm sure it's pretty dynamic and interesting. All right, let's see what else you got.
The beautiful people.
All right, so what else we got here? We got a Barbie-themed Burger King meal, which is just over the top. But I
love that headline.
Barbie weekend. I didn't show my Joe Biden Barbie thing.
It is a Barbie weekend. People have Barbie fever.
All right, let me get this into Carrot Shop for you while I get Joe Biden as a Ken doll loaded up.
People are talking about two movies, Barbie and Oppenheimer. And I don't know if I'm going to go see either at the theater. The Oppenheimer movie has been called like the greatest movie of the past, decade or century or whatever. It's a Christopher Nolan movie, and Christopher Nolan makes well-crafted movies, so I have no doubt that it is probably good. And the picture you have up on the screen here is Joe Biden as Ken from Barbie. Oh, yeah. Oh,
look at that guy.
That looks crazy.
Look at that sack of filth.
That is crazy looking.
Joe, do you think if Biden dramatically changed his look for the 2024 campaign,
to get the younger voter,
into this?
To get the younger voter of.
When I have sex with those dudes, they look good.
If he just came out of nowhere, just started dressing like this.
He's a man.
And what we're looking at for people
Holy
listening at home
shit.
is Joe Biden dressed as Ken, no shirt, pink jacket, pink pants, in front of a pink Miata.
and just a platinum blonde hairpiece.
They're coming for your balls.
Yeah, I don't think they have. I don't think they have any balls in the movie. Like I hear, like they show genitalia in the movie, but everything's smooth. Like they removed the genitalia. Like they're big, giant, like dolls.
Smooth like Biden.
I don't know. Joe, do you want to go see the Barbie movie?
Yeah, you're not gonna. Maybe you'll believe it. My husband. People noted the pink balloons behind me.
Mm-hmm.
My husband's doing a pink pool party today.
Okay,
in honor of Barbie and everything. We're gonna go see Barbie at like 2 tomorrow.
Let's do it.
You know what? My wife wants to go see the Barbie movie. She was going to go see it with her sisters. And I said, you know what? I may go with you. It's a cultural moment. And there's always going to be messages in the movie.
It looks kitschy. It looks like it could be fun.
It could be something like what they did with the Brady Bunch movies, which could be very campy, that lampoons itself. So there could be something there. I'm just amazed at how much advertisement and media is around Barbie, as like it's got like Happy Meals. It's all over any streaming service. Like if you go on Roku, there's advertisements for Barbie there. It's all over like Reddit and everywhere. It's like they had more of an advertising budget for Barbie than Indiana Jones, the newest one that flopped. It's crazy. They're really pushing this movie. I might have to go see it.
Okay. I have no interest in the Indiana Jones thing.
No.
Ever since that last one with the aliens where he has to climb out of the quicksand on a snake.
Yes.
Because he's so afraid of snake. It was the dumbest fucking thing on earth.
But you have an interest in seeing Barbie.
I mean, I saw that. So when I first heard about Barbie was going to be a movie, I was like, all right, that sounds fucking ridiculous. And then when I watched the trailer, I was like, okay, well, at least it's self-aware, you know?
Yeah.
It knows it's like ridiculous in premise.
Sure. Yeah.
The movie is horse crap.
Well, we don't know yet. We haven't seen it yet. But to Cratchit's story, let's bring it open. Here it is up on screen, please. We have Barbie-inspired meal created by Burger King to mark the release of new movie.
That's good news.
Wow. What is the Barbie-inspired burger? There it is.
And there should be an Instagram link that shows the actual meal. It's over the top.
So what we're looking at here is a burger, and there's like 2 slabs of meat, and in between there's some sort of cheese and some pink slime that is just oozing out from the burger.
Jesus Christ.
It looks disgusting. It really does. Am I out of line there?
The color pink they're using there is Pepto-Bismol pink. I don't know if this is actually Pepto-Bismol or not, but
look how thick that is.
It is pretty thick.
It's like 4 inches thick.
Maybe.
If you scroll down, they do show the video of them doing the whole meal if you get to that point.
A burger dressed with a bright pink sauce. They don't even say what the sauce is. They just say it's bright pink sauce.
Don't worry about it.
You're going to eat it. No matter what it is, you're going to eat it, right? So why does it matter what it is? A burger dressed with bright pink sauce has been unveiled by Burger King in Brazil as part of a themed meal to herald the new release of the Barbie movie. The cheeseburger topped with pieces of bacon comes with a pink vanilla-flavored milkshake, a ring donut sprinkled with pink frostings, and an order of Ken's fries. All right. An order of Ken's fries. That's
what are Ken's fries?
I don't know.
This is what I want. This is what I need.
Why is it Ken's fries?
These are answers. I don't have questions to these.
Maybe
questions to these answers. You know what I mean.
I'll play the Instagram. Maybe the Instagram will reveal all.
No, it will just confuse you more.
I'm trying to like mute the audio over here because I have to. Let's see here with Warner Brother Pictures. They're sponsoring this. Okay. Warner Brothers is sponsoring this. I guess they're the studio that is backing this in a big way. Boy, they really are just going nuts with this. I'll see if I can play the audio over here.
I think it's just music behind you.
I don't need to. Yeah, it's not.
We're all getting killed here.
It wouldn't let me play the video. I don't have Instagram loaded up on this browser, so
it didn't play in the embedded one.
No, I'm pressing it again, and it just takes me to a new launch screen.
If you reload the thing and mute your tab, it runs for me. Anyway, it's the only point of the video. And there's just music trash behind it, but is the fucked up way, for lack of a better term. And I try to not use F-bombs, but how this person eats this meal. Which they then filmed and released as a commercial. It's like a point of view of this person, like uncorking the burger and dipping fries into the sauce on the burger. I'm like, what kind of Neanderthal is this? And then like dipping it comes with a donut of all things, which is just weird. And they dip the donut into their shake. It's just weird. It's like they handed all these items off to an alien and said, "How would you eat this?"
We're in World War IV.
It is quite remarkable. And you know, like if this is getting traction in Brazil, it's going to come to the U.S. and this is going to be a trend. This is what people want. This is what people need.
This is what I want. This is what I need.
If you read the third paragraph of the story, it talks about what people actually think about this meal.
Let's see here. The new menu item, the meatless. Oh, they're talking about the meatless burger.
No. How'd you get what? At the top, the one that says the meal has received mixed response.
Oh, the meal has received mixed response from fast food fans, with some on social media comparing the pink sauce in the burgers to chewed bubble gum.
Ugh.
Ew, Jesus.
It's all happening.
Well, how could
people in the chat said Pepto?
It does look like Pepto-Bismol.
It looks like Pepto-Bismol. It looks exactly like Pepto-Bismol.
But you can dip your Ken fries in it. They're not even saying what the Ken fries really are.
I don't know what the Ken fries
is.
Oh man, this is really freaking me out.
Another article describes Ken's fries or Ken's potatoes, depending on how you translate from Portuguese, is a Burger King signature fries in a themed container. That's it.
You just gotta be careful, people, when you eat this thing. You know.
I need to go to the bathroom.
There's going to be quite the long line at Burger King to the bathroom. There's no doubt about that.
Just I get them going with pink because
the
pink sense. Marketing campaigns around Barbie is easy. Use pink; it's easily associated. Oh, Barbie related. Why would you put pink that looks exactly like Pepto-Bismol, which is designed for indigestion? Why would you put that on your food?
Mm-hmm.
This movie sucks shit.
No, I agree.
It might.
Hi, you want to go get a Coke or something, see a movie?
We should, go get a pink burger.
Have a pickle and a smile.
All right, Cratchit, one last headline. Here we go.
Fuck you.
All right, let's see. We got, I'll just read off a couple headlines. Doctors reattach boy's head after a car accident.
Oh, okay.
That's good news.
We have a meteorite.
Is it? Wait a second. Is the head working or is it a dead head?
Yeah, they say he's back up and running around like a chicken with his head cut off, I guess.
Wow.
You want the head story?
It sounds positive.
Yeah, I'll give you the head story here.
What other headlines you got, though?
All right. Also have a woman who was claimed that she was hit by a meteorite. She took a picture of it. Turns out it's a regular rock. So apparently she somebody threw a rock at her.
All right.
Surprise, motherfucker. We have Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about UFOs as angels.
Oh, okay.
And we have footage of a woman who gets naked, goes into a grocery store, and destroys everything.
That's a funny headline.
I did see this video. It's very disturbing.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's just a morbidly obese person grabbing cakes and sweet treats and smearing it on all over their body and then throwing it on the ground, as one does in Kroger's or, you know.
As you do in Kroger's. That's right.
It's how I shop. Let's end things on a positive note with the kid who gets his head back.
Put his head back on.
Wow, okay. Doctors reattach boy's head after car accident thanks to amazing surgery. Wow, okay.
That's some good news on that front.
Absolutely. Surgeons in Israel performed a miracle surgery and managed to reattach a boy's head after he was hit by a car while riding his bike. They announced that at a Jerusalem hospital. So I'm not going to pronounce his name.
Suleiman Hassan.
I don't think so.
Tom Shimabukuro.
Tom
Thrombocato.
Time Shibabukuro, 12 years old, a Palestinian from West Bank, suffered what is known as an internal decapitation with his skull detached from the top vertebrae of his spine, officially known as a bilateral atlanto-occipital joint dislocation, according to the Times of Israel. Tom Shibabukuro was riding his bike when a car hit him. The boy was rushed to medical center and immediately put into surgery in a trauma unit. The doctor said his head was almost completely detached from the base of his neck. A doctor, an orthopedic specialist who led the operation, said the procedure took several hours and required the doctors to use new plates and fixations in the damaged area. Our ability to save the child's life was thanks to our knowledge and the most innovative technology in the operating room. So there you go. Adding the team fought for the boy's life. Absolutely.
So if you skip down a bit, it says where operation occurred in June, which is an interesting take. But basically, this happened in June, but they waited a month to announce the results to make sure that he actually survived it, which I guess is one way to do it. And they say that the child has no neurological defects, sensory or motor dysfunction. He is functioning normally and walking without an aid.
Wow. So, okay.
Put your head back on now.
Yeah, can we get this operation for Joe Biden? I think he needs this one. Is he going to go see the new Barbie movie, maybe?
He's going to celebrate by using his new head to see the Barbie movie.
After the movie, he's like, can you remove my head? I'm sorry I saw that.
I made a mistake. Take this back off.
According to Israel's TPS news agency, Tom Shimabukuro's father did not leave his son besides during the recovery process, saying that he had nothing but a big thank you for the medical staff. Of course. Bless you all, the father said.
Wait till he gets the bill.
Then oh shit. Bless you all. Thanks to you, he regained his life even when the odds were low and the dangers were obvious. Yeah, so this is quite a remarkable surgery for this kid and a great story for his resume.
For his resume, like one of those life challenging stories he can use as he's applying to Harvard or somewhere.
Tell us something interesting about yourself. I didn't have a head. There was a period of time in my life where I did not have a head.
So here's my question, and we hear this a lot of people who suffer large joint dislocations like this. Often, even after they've recovered, they retain the ability to almost on a whim dislocate their hip or their knee or their shoulder. Do you think he can, on a whim, remove his head?
He can do like an owl. He has the movement of like an owl's head, 180 degrees.
Oh, or could he just like detach it and
I see it moving around like that.
Yeah,
trick people.
Yeah, when they say so in the interview and like tell something interesting, check this shit out.
I can remove my head.
He's a witch.
I leave it in the bathroom sometimes. I forget about it.
Put it on the counter, looking at the stalls.
They go on to say the key is preserving blood flow to the brain. The doctor said it sounds like from the stories that the major blood vessels were likely not severed, and that this involved the orthopedic rebuilding, probably using rods and reattaching ligaments and possibly bone grafts and implants to do all that. So incredible.
Do you think he has a neck like a ramrod?
Sure.
He's a backbone like a ramrod.
Now he does. Now he does. There's no doubt about that. But some good news. I mean, that is remarkable. Medical technology really come a long ways. Yeah. Well, good for this kid. No lease on life, pal. Don't ride a bike again.
Don't waste it.
Yeah. Stop riding bikes. There's nothing out there for you. Go to the Barbie movie. Go learn about Oppenheimer. Go play Fortnite. Yeah, so, I mean, are they not going to give him a gift certificate to the brand new Barbie meal at Burger King?
Here you go. There's a celebratory pink burger.
I don't think that kid would want a pink burger.
I don't think anyone wants a pink burger.
I just want to throw up.
I agree.
Well, thank you, everyone, for hanging out. You can go to obdmpod.com for all links to support the show, our Instagram account, Twitter account, links to the podcast audio-only RSS feed. I got to put the Rumble link up there. I'll do that this weekend.
Yeah, it's just commenting here. Rumble has outpaced Twitch significantly by like 50% or more all day.
Oh, wow.
So there's way more people over on Rumble.
Yeah. Curious. I mean, that's to be expected. We appreciate every one of our fans who listens live and decided to create accounts to watch us on Twitch. But now that there's Rumble, it seems like Twitch is becoming more and more obsolete. And I hate keep having to move around the streaming platform and like the video archive platform, but it looks like Rumble is going to be the way to go. There's just more of our kind of people over there, I suppose. Twitch is a little freaky sometimes. And I don't think they recommend us to anybody.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, I don't think Twitch recommends us. I think it's potentially possible Rumble might recommend us to some people who like similar content, but there's no guarantee there, but it's possible.
Yep.
Are you still uploading over to Odyssey as well?
Odyssey is about a week behind, but it still goes over to Odyssey as an archive.
Archive, okay.
Yep. It goes over there. And sometimes I try to do the same thing on YouTube, but, not every show, but some clips here and there. We finally hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, but that doesn't matter. I'm glad to have Joe back. I'm glad he's back in a big way.
Hey! The only way to come back.
Well, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Cratchit. Shablagoo, everyone.
Bye, y'all.
Keep watching the skis for those headless kids.
The
golden chapter.
That's good news on that front.
Okay.
I love that headline.
Oh, really? Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
That's about all.
Shablagoo. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Until next week. Nanu. Nanu.
Remember what Wiener said?